Well, now, this video I'm going to discuss with you 5 mistakes that men make at their 20s and 30s. And guess what happens? They regret at their 50s. Probably if you pick and pull any random man at their 50s, there's something they will tell you. You know what? My brother, I know you may not hear me, but let me just tell you. There's something I did at my 20s and 30s that right now I regret. I wish I could have not done that. Or there's something that I wish I could have done that I did not do. Or there is something that I did that I should have not done. And on this video, probably if you're watching this video and you're already at that particular age group, it's the high time you check it out there. Are we together? If you're watching me for the first time, go ahead and hit the subscription button. If you're watching me as a returning subscriber, thank you for your eyeballs. Let's get on the business now. The point number 1, which is the most popular mistake that most men make, is actually what we call lack of purpose. Lack of purpose or lack of purpose, depends on how you pronounce that name, okay? Or inadequate of purpose. Or we can say undefined purpose. Well, a lot of men, they will tell you how much dreams they have. I want to do this. Yeah, you know what? By the time I'm hit 45, I want to do this. They tell you a lot. But whatever they're telling you vis-a-vis on what they are doing, whatever they are doing cannot lead them to where they say they want to be. For example, in Kenya, we have like many cities. Let's say, for example, you're coming from Nairobi, it's a big city. Or you're coming from, say, Mombasa, you're going to Nairobi, or either way. Or from, say, Abuja to Lagos and what have you. And then somebody is heading to Kaiduna. Or something, you're saying, hey, I'm going to Cape Town. And you are in Durban, somebody heading to Johannesburg. I mean, you ain't going to go to that particular destination. See, whatever you are saying, you're going to be, sure, amazing. We respect that. But then your action is not correlating with where you are saying you are going. You're saying, hey, I just want to be a corporate guy owning a company and what. Oh, by the way, I want to be a content creator and something like that. And You're speaking a lot. You've never even taken a camera, recording a video. You don't even stand before a mirror and talk to yourself in English. Hi, good morning. This is good, Joseph. I do this and this. Practice. You don't do nothing. Then you're expecting miraculously something to just happen. You know, people usually have this tendency and mentality that it will just happen. No, it can't. If you don't plan anything, you don't expect something to grow out of that particular mud. You get what I'm saying? See, most men, they lack purpose. They are swayed by the group. They move with the group. Oh my goodness, my age mates are actually throwing parties and having road trips and having fun and what have you. That is what you're supposed to be doing. And then we tell them, hey, as much as you're doing that, make sure that you do something. No, if you don't do that, you're going to do this when you're at your 50s and whatever. That's the fear that they sell it to you. Now you get swayed by the group. And you know what you're doing? You're doing exactly what your dad did. That's why your dad ended up where he ended. And you're expecting a miracle to happen. So most men, they lack purpose. How can you purposify your life, if they use that particular term? Is when you actually have discipline. Sure, you're a human being. Absolutely. You need to enjoy. You need to have fun. I mean, after all, this life that you're living in is not that long. The Bible says that no human being shall exceed of 120 years. If you're lucky enough to live that years or those years, after all, it's still not that many, bearing in mind that there's a guy who lived over 969 years, the Methuselah and something like that. How can you purposify your life? Is when you become disciplined. Sure, you're enjoying yourself, but there is a fraction of your cash that is channeled towards self-growth. Are we together? Self-growth, purpose, investing, taking care of your future. That particular day that you won't have the energy to enjoy, to have fun, to actually do, you're actually doing exactly that. Lack of purpose. Are we together? And number 2, the other mistake that men make at this particular time, not learning the money early. Not learning about money early. Or should I say financial literacy? You know, women, and I know I'm speaking to men and women as well. I hope the ladies who are watching this can actually reach this information to our brothers and fathers and whatever. Now, women usually have a certain thing called ego. And this ego, it tells you like, I am the best of the best, of all the men, I am the best. So you tend not to open your guards to be taught. So in any situation that you go, you want to turn to be a teacher. You want to tell people. Have you ever tried to have a conversation with someone who is not even listening? And if they are, They are listening to respond to what you are saying, not to know what you are saying. Do you know they usually go home or they end up home with only what they knew? Oh, come on, let me say this. Have you ever tried to have a conversation with an individual who is not listening? And if they are listening, they are simply listening because you cannot talk the two of you at the same time. There are men who don't believe that you can tell them anything to do with their money. Nah, God damn it, it's my money. I mean, you can tell me nothing. It's my money. I mean, let me do whatever I wish with my money. True, seriously, it's your money. Nobody should tell you anything. You can do anything. But the moment things go south, none of this, that they come, hey, good Joseph, I would like to talk to you in private. I don't know whether you're available. When you're broken, when things go south, you tend to be humble, you're ready to learn, I would like to have a talk with you, when things goes south. But when you're a guy who is of high self-esteem, be like, hey, you know what? I think I'm making mistakes somewhere. Oh, by the way, I usually watch your videos, and wow, I would like to shed a light on this. How do you go about? See, asking does not mean you're stupid. This is what people tend to think about. You contacting and asking. For example, when I go to malls and places that are new and what have you, I hate walking rounds and rounds and rounds. Why would I spend all that time? Yet I have a security officer somewhere. Yet I can ask. I can simply ask and save the next 10 minutes. Hey, hi, good morning. Hey, I'm Joseph here. Hey, by the way, I got lost. By the way, I'm looking for. By the way, yeah, you take your left and da da da. Done. I've saved my 10 minutes. But you find people walking around. You don't want to ask. You want to appear smart. You come on, ask. Learn about money earlier. Number three, ignoring their health. They ignore their health. You find a lot of guys taking a lot of this. They take a lot of alcohol. They take a lot of things. That body, which is your asset, you are giving it a lot of, you're drenching your body with alcohol each and every time. You are rarely sober. Do you know there are men who are never sober? You'll never get that guy sober. They are ever. In Kenya, we say they are ever wako kinusu. They are ever drinking. You are really sober. And you may feel as if it's helping you as of now, but that thing is actually, sort of bringing on a bigger problem in future. You're not taking care of your health. You don't. You actually, maybe let's say you're a guy who probably in future you'd like to have a family and kids and what have you. You're affecting yourself all over the place. Then the DF comes. Is it called EF, erectile function or dysfunction or whatever the thing it is? See, you're affecting your health. You're not taking care of your health. You're not keeping fit. You cannot even do 10 push-ups. You cannot lift some weights here and there. You can't jog. Keep yourself fit. Focus yourself. By the way, I don't know whether you know this. The moment you keep yourself fit, you focus, you exercise, you tend to have confidence. Even the way you talk to people, because you trust. Okay, I'm not saying you trust on yourself. My Bible tells me we should not trust on ourselves, but at least you have that confidence that you're having inside of yourself. You walk with that certain aura. You even exude. There are people whom you can meet and they are, what do you call them? The energy is somewhere. There are people who usually have low vibrations. You meet them, they drain you. But there are people whom you meet and you feel like, oh my goodness, we are vibing. That kind of thing. So usually walk with these negative energy, low vibrations. You are there, big belly, and I'm so sorry to say that, but you're not checking on your weight, you're not checking on your health, you're not investing on your health, you don't even eat healthy food, and people tend to say that healthy food means expensive food. It doesn't mean necessarily like that. No, you eat healthy. Sometimes you practice intermittent fasting so that you can, you get what I'm saying? You invest on your health, because health is actually wealth. And that's what they say, that a healthy nation is usually a wealthy nation. Because if you have a nation where everyone is sick, then who will be the most productive people? Then these politicians, they will never get their salary and people to tax. Anyway, it is what it is. Now, if you go to the point number 4, when it comes to people or these men that at their 20s and their 30s, that they usually, mess up their things. And when the moment they hit their 50s, they regret, is not investing early. Not investing early. This is another point. This should be D. Not investing early. Not investing early. There's this mentality of, there is still time. For God's sake, a guy at 22 years old, why am I even investing? At 25, where am I even investing? Life starts at 40. You hit your 30, yeah, nah, I still have 10 years to start. Nah, well, I'm going to do that. I still a whole, yeah. Nah. You get what I'm saying? This procrastination, delaying and what have you. And I wonder, why wouldn't you procrastinate having that party, but you procrastinate on something that will help you a lot, not investing early. The moment you hit your 40, that's now at the time. I remember back when we were in university, you find that we open a new semester, nobody's bothering about the handouts, the notes, and what have you, attending classes, you're just having fun. Let you hear that you have an exam in 2 weeks. I'm telling you, people become busy. You want to summarize a whole 4 months in 2 weeks. Some even summarize it in days. That's the time now you concentrate everything at a go. My goodness, oh my, we have 10 units in this particular session or semester. I need to study this unit. I need to study this on a data. You get confused. That's when the anxiety kicks in, the panicking starts kick in. You think about stealing that exam. You contemplate about things. You used to call it place in situ. You want to sit somewhere where it's so strategic so that you can copy. I mean, you see, you're doing all this because you didn't prepare yourself well. This is when you hit your 50 years old, you realize, I have kids in university. I'm going for a retire. I'm heading to 60. Probably nobody gonna employ me. I tried to lift that stone. I cannot even do so. I cannot even fit in masonry. You're now confused. Do you know what to do? You're not pressing every button, whichever it will work. This now you hear people are doing this, you start doing it. You hear people, those things that you're now trying and here and there, you should have tried it when you're back at your 20s. And by the way, that's the last point. You find you're not trying many things. You're not. You're not learning. You're not trying many things. Not investing on your social capital, because your social capital is very important. Lack of social capital. Lack of social capital. And this is what you're thinking, oh my goodness, those people whom you drink with and throw parties are my social capital. Listen, if whatever you guys do does not trickle down to securing your future financially, spiritually, socially, does not help your marriage, does not help your finances. I mean, for me, I usually call it the 3 Gs, the God, goals, and growth. Growth, God, and goals. If it does not help you in any way, that is not your social capital. Social capital, they usually say, and it's true, your network is always what? Your net worth. You can know somebody who knows somebody. By the way, there is that number that you can be given, then it opens like the rest of your life doors. True. But there you are connecting with people who you resonate. And then you're connecting with people who are telling you what you want to hear. So you end up with only what you knew. You don't want to be with people who, there's a time I tried to squeeze myself in a certain group, yeah? And I'm this kind of a guy that, that's my personality, by the way. I love being honest. And sometimes I can be very brutally honest. And of course, people who speak honestly in that manner, they usually called, you are arrogant, you are rude, and something like that. But for me, I'm this kind of a guy, I will tell you straightforward, hey, that was not a wise move. I mean, you shouldn't have done that. It's not quite, you're not heading nowhere. True, you're not. We don't have a good future when you move in that direction. Well, not that I've ever been to the future, but I know somebody who did exactly that. And it's not working good for you. I mean, it's not good. But you know what people like to be told? Oh my goodness, wow, you're trying, you're doing great. Oh, I like what you're doing. But you want me to first massage you, then I hit you the reality. So probably whatever I'm gonna tell you, you ain't gonna get that. But when I tell you something, I would rather create an enmity with you, but I know I'll leave you and I'll be like, I think that guy was honest actually. And one day when wisdom kicks in, you'll come back and tell me, oh my goodness. By the way, I have one guy, let me say a friend. He used to tell me, Joseph, you are rude. Joseph, you're very arrogant. You're very arrogant. Until recently, he told me, oh my goodness, I used to think you're arrogant. You're not. You're honest. Because nowadays people have a problem. They don't want to hear truth. I don't know why people hate truth nowadays, and people who speak the truth are so hated. But anyway, it is what it is. The point is, you actually don't have people who you can say you've invested on your social capital. It is not a good social capital that you're having. It is wanting. It is not presentable. There are guys that you're having. For me, if you ask me, I would say having a good social capital is growing up with people who are doing something in their lives or for their lives. And let's say one day if you have kids, and then let's say your kid did something, it's just a call away. Just call your friend and be like, hey, you know what? My son did this and this, and by the way, you solve. You're done. And that is what we never grew up with. I tried to sell that idea to my friends. Some of them don't even see it. You see, that's the idea that we didn't even grow you up ourselves with. Our parents didn't even have the people whom they can even call after we graduated for us to be connected to jobs and what have you. They knew nothing. Actually, even our parents didn't even know the universities even exist. It was even a factor. You get what I'm saying? Don't end up like that. By the way, the next video, stay put. Don't make the mistakes that your parents did. That is my next video. Stay put. That video is coming actually. That we're gonna extensively have a discussion on areas where you can mess up yourself. Anyway, this is Good Joseph as always. Make sure that you subscribe, turn that notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new good video, because I do so each and every day. So these are 5 mistakes that men do at their 20s that they end up regretting at their 50s. Let's go back and recap. Lack of purpose. You're just there doing things freestyle. You don't care. You're not focused. You're just vibing with your, guys of your age groups and what have you, because that particularly it seems to be fun. And it's true, it's fun in that particular time until you realize it was not. Number 2, not learning any financial literacy or learning anything. You don't want your norm to be disturbed. You just want to have that comfort. You want to associate with people who are telling you what you want to hear. Number 3, ignoring their health. You don't want to exercise. You don't want to take care of what you're eating, and you forget that your health is your wealth. You ain't gonna do that. You're just there hanging around, taking alcohol and taking other bad things and heavy things that are affecting your life. You're not doing anything. That is a problem. By the way, another point that I should have not left is called not taming your emotions. Because for me, I understand that men should tame their emotions. You're supposed to know how to handle between how you feel and how you think. Tame your emotions, how you articulate issues, how you solve it, how calm can you be? How logical can you be? Can you sit down and think through rather than feel through? Number 3, or rather number 4, not doing what? What this point was it? I actually forgot about that. Not investing early, sure. Not investing early. You don't even invest early. Yeah, you say the life starts at 40. When you hit 40, you'll be like, nah, I can even start at 45. Then there you are. You always have a problem. The other than is lack of social capital. Another big problem, lack of social capital. You don't have people whom you hang around with that can help you, that can tell you, hey, let's not do this. This will actually not end us in, oh, by the way, you have a problem with, you don't want to hang around with people who are telling you the truth. You just hang around with people who are telling you what you want to hear. Then you end up having what you had before. This is Good Joseph. See you in the next one. By the way, in case you need my services, that is it. Shoot me a call. Let's talk business for now. So goodbye. See you there.